Hey there folks, and welcome back for another shaving video. And today we're going all RazoRock. We're going to use RazoRock Tuscan Oud, or however you say that. This is a really nice soap. I think currently it's around $7.99. That's about $1.50 something an ounce, which is excellent. And I'm going to also use our Big Bruce brush, which I love, in the black Mamba. So without further ado, let's crack the top on this. Nice scent. This is one of the stronger scents, I think, from RazoRock. They typically don't have super stout scents. They're usually in the medium to light, range in terms of scent strength. But this one's pretty doggone stout. It's a spicy, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit spicy, but just a nice scent in my view. So we're going to wet our Big Bruce here and get to work. Oh, there's a look at the soap, by the way. I usually have really good luck with these RazoRock soaps. I've never had any problem with RazoRock soaps. I guess the knock would be that some people don't find them fragrant enough, and I've had that from time to time. But when I compare it to cost, usually they're very much in line with the cost. The scent might not be super strong, but it's strong enough to be more than noticeable in most cases. Every now and then you will get one that's rather light, but for the most part, they're quite good. And usually, if they do make a batch that's really light, they discount the price so deeply that it's still worth it. Sometimes they're like $2, So anyway, good overall value, great value, to tell you the truth. All right, looks like we've got a great load there. Let's wet the face, get going. Stay tuned. All right, very, very nice. Never have any problem lathering. RazoRock soaps, they usually yield a easy lather. And for the money, I think they're quite good. This one is, less than $1.50 an ounce, or somewhere $1.50-ish an ounce, I should say. And boy, for the money, they are really excellent performers. What I call high value products. And by that I mean you get a lot for your money. This was $7.99 for about 5 ounces, so very good. And as you can see here, wonderful lather. And at the end of the shave, you'll see the result as well, which is going to be just a wonderful shave, just like always, whether I'm using a $1.50 soap or a $10 an ounce soap. The result is pretty much the same. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that feels nice. This is one of my favorite razors of all time. It's mild, but it's just excellent. And I hope that Joe brings it back. I've seen some of his posting on Twitter where he's been asking his customers, hey, would you be up for this or that? So if you want to be in the loop on what Joe from RazoRock is doing, check him out on Twitter and Instagram. Now, I'm not on Instagram that much, but he does do a lot of posting on there, asking people for their thoughts or if they'd like this or that. And he's got some stuff in the works. And I'm pretty sure I heard him ask about a black Mamba type razor. So if you want to keep in tune with what's going on with RazoRock, check him out there. All right, excellent first pass. Stay tuned, we'll come back for pass 2. All right, so first pass was outstanding. Boy, I love this brush too. Again, excellent value. This thing is somewhere around $10, maybe $11. I can't recall, but boy, for what it is, absolutely tremendous. I love it. It is definitely one of my favorite brushes and absolutely a keeper. I love the brush style. The handle, which I didn't think I would like at all, to tell you the truth, is super comfortable. And I like it very much. Okay. Getting a great lather again for pass 2. Boy, last night I took my son out for a steak, and man, I'd forgotten that this time of year everyone is Christmas shopping, and people come from out of town and to come to some of the stores we have here that they don't have in their smaller communities. Woo-wee! We had to wait for an hour for a table, which is nothing probably if you're in a big city or you're used to that, but here we're not used to that. Anyway, and the thing was, if I'd have left, you just had to wait somewhere else, because all the restaurants if you don't go early, like if you wait until 5 or later, you're going to wait. And wait we did, but we had a nice meal and a good time, so it was worth it, but it did require some patience. And sometimes you just have to be patient. All right, that was a great second pass, so we'll come back for pass 3. One of the things I noticed while we were waiting is my son didn't have his phone with him, so he had no device. I had mine. I looked at it a few times, but everybody waits and looks at a device now to kill the time. Seems like we've all lost the ability to just sit and watch and observe, and especially kids, because they've grown up having entertainment or information at their hands at all times. So we used to be able to sit somewhere, and remember when we used to go on a trip, a long drive, you just had to sit there and look out the window and daydream. That doesn't really exist as much anymore, because every child has a device of some sort. We've basically substituted the pacifier. Remember, babies have pacifiers. We slap a device in their hands. And really, it does make the quality of life easier, because you don't, back in the day, the kids would fight in the back, and you'd be driving and reaching, trying to swat one of them to tell them to quit. Now they both have devices, and they're perfectly quiet until they run out of power or something like that. So just an observation that I made, that people, I'm getting stuff all over my shirt, people just don't have that, sit and wait. I hate to call it a skill, because you really had no choice back then, but now I guess it is a skill to be able to patiently sit and wait for something without being entertained. It's just not something people do anymore, and I'll admit I'm guilty of it myself. But I also like to people watch, so at times I'll put the device in my pocket and just sit and watch and observe and sort of take it all in. And sometimes when you're doing that, you pick up things, about people, and it's interesting, or at least it's interesting to me. This is a great shape, and I'm going to tell you, other than the razor, which, this was $100 or ish, $130, I don't recall. Other than this, everything else is very inexpensive, and it does a phenomenal job, as you can see. Makes my face look as good as it's capable of looking. And is producing a phenomenal result. Got shaving soap up my nose, but that's okay. The result is what we're after, and this is an excellent one. And we haven't spent a lot to get it, so that is fantastic. All right, stay tuned. We'll come back for the post. All right, so while we bring in the Thayer's magic, because it's made by witches, a couple of notes to pass on to you. I will be trying out the new Above the Tie SE2, which Stan has redesigned and made a bit more aggressive based on your feedback. Those of you who got the SE2, and even I had a little issue with it. I thought it was great, but every time I seemed to get a weeper for some reason. So I prefer the SE1. I think the SE2 is still very good, but I prefer the SE1. Anyhow, Stan is redesigning, or has redesigned it. And that plate will be here next week, and we'll show it to you. It's supposed to be much more aggressive, but smoother. So that should be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, I'm going to do a mystery giveaway today. I'm not going to show you what this stuff is, but if you want to enter, just make a comment below and we'll just do a random thing as usual. We will draw it next Sunday. Let's say it'll be a soap and an aftershave combo, brand new, unused. So if you want to be in that giveaway, make a comment below that you're in or something along those lines. All right, let's review our equipment really quick. RazoRock Black Mamba, one of my all-time favorite razors. I was very fortunate to pick this up. RazoRock Big Bruce, one of my all-time favorite brushes. I know it's crazy. This is like 10 or 11 bucks, but it just works perfectly for me every single time. So the days of me buying expensive brushes are over. There's just no need for it. These perform at the same level or better than all the expensive Badger brushes for me that I ever owned. $150, $200 plus Badger brushes, and then these come out and it's like, why did I feel foolish for spending that kind of money? Now if you like Badger, that's fine, but these work perfectly for me. And the soap today, which was $7.99, knocked it out of the park. Absolutely outstanding. Makes me feel good about not spending a lot of money. And in comes the Tuscan OUD or Oud, I don't even know how you say that, aftershave, which works very nicely as well. So let's pour some out of the bottle, back of the bottle here, and get going with it. And yes, that smells great. Going to get our Sunday rolling in a very positive fashion. That smells really, really nice. Again, RazoRock Tuscan Oud, however you say it, don't know. Don't really care, to be honest with you. And people will call me lazy. I'm interested in the product. You know, as long as you know what it is, that's all that matters. If I butcher the pronunciation, let it be. It's who I am. I'm not going to change it. All right. Excellent shave today, folks. Thanks again for joining me. And remember, there will be an aftershave and soap giveaway. Comment below. I will announce the result next week. Thanks, everyone, for watching and joining me once again. I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful Sunday. Until next time, let's make America shave again.